think you guys can see me. Ooh, it's groovy. I think I'm live. I don't know if anyone's in here, but my I think I think if you can see me, I don't know if you can see me. I put a okay. I think you guys can see me. Hey, hey. Tell me if you guys can see me. I can't. I'm somewhere far, far away. And I don't know if you can see me properly. Okay? So let me know if you can see me. Put a 13 in the box if you can see me. Peace, YouTube. Peace to the east, the west, north, and the south. This is Flare Room coming to you today from the mountains. You can see I have my ski hat out on. Peaceful. A lot of you are celebrating the pagan holiday. So peace to all the Satanists and witches and warlocks because y'all are feasting on everyone's energy. And for those who are celebrating with their families, just make sure you know what you're celebrating today. Someone put a 31. Hello to my Montrealans. Big up to all my. I'm real cozy right now. Very well. I don't even know. Okay, so it's gonna be a little swazy. I'm in the mountains and it's gonna be a little crazy. So bear with me. I hope all is well. I thought I'd come to you today. I was not feeling that well. I was a little, my head is a little swazy. Being up in the mountains, by the altitude is so high, it took me a while to acclimate. I'm still acclimating. So it's beautiful. It's a snowy dream out here. My little ones ran me over with the sled today and I'm recovering. So come on in, check on him. So we're gonna get into the. I hope many of you had a beautiful winter solstice, right? I hope many of you enjoyed the energies. Impeach what comes next. You getting it in right away, like. Yeah, we're gonna get into the energies. A lot is going on. You should. Congratulations, because I graduated because I was not triggered this year. I have passed my test. Many of you remember. And what I want to get into right now is, if many of you remember, last year this time, you should be going through the same cylindrical cycle of whatever energies you had last winter solstice. So whatever you're going on last winter solstice, you should actually be going through the same. It's almost like a very similar feeling. So whatever you were doing last year's time is usually reminiscent of what you're going through this time. Remember last year I failed. I got in a fight with a draconian, and tomorrow is India, parts of Southeast Asia. Where else? Well, parts of Africa. They'll be experiencing a lot of the actual physicality of what happens with the eclipse. Physically, geographically, they'll be experiencing it. So many of the people in Africa and Middle East and India, parts of India, Southeast India, will be experiencing the eclipse. Now, mind you, if you hear me talking a little slow, I'm just a little, my head is a little, I don't even know if you guys are here. My chat is, okay, you guys are here. It's buffering. I'm up in the mountains. It's buffering. Okay. Put a 13 when you can see me again. Put a big 13 in the box if you can see me. Put a big 13. I don't think you guys, hold on. Okay, you can. Okay, good. It's gonna be like that for a little bit. I'm up in the mountains, and there's nothing I can do. So, I thought I'd come to you today. Why did Cardi go to Africa? Is she in Africa? God bless the continent. She's in Africa. The whole world is gonna cave over. we we might as well just call it a wrap. If Cardi B's in Africa, we might as well just say screw it. I'm gonna just go to the next ascension cycle. Anyway, so let's go into what's going on. So many of you are experiencing the same cycle of what you experienced last time. So remember last year I got in a fight with a draconian that came from me and mine, and I failed. I was triggered and I physically reacted due to being triggered. You actually went through the same um, threat with a difference of my reaction. So I actually passed the test this time. So congratulations to Flurburn. I didn't kick anybody's tail feather this year. So cheers to you and you and you. I passed my test. I wasn't beating up any draconian this year. I kept my composure so I could make it to the next stage of evolution. I'm very serious. So if you were going through, because I listen, Flurburn is sweet, but I tell you, if you come from me in any which way, I'm quick. And I'm a triple Sag, so we're all fire. I feel like, if you don't start none, won't be none. Remember, I've dated men from the Bronx. We about that life. So anyway, you were starting to stage sober. Good for you. Good for you. So anyway, this year many of you were tested again. So if you had your test last year around this winter solstice, you had another whatever level or frequency you were at, you were retested, or something reoccurred again to see your level of frequency and vibratory patterns. Okay, see if you've evolved past that. So it's a beautiful season this year because we're going into 2013. This is 2012 for me, but for many, you're in going into 2013 or 2020, whichever you acknowledge. You can acknowledge both. You can acknowledge, dag, I'm winded. Y'all, I'm winded. I can't even talk. This is how you know I'm in the mountains. I can't even talk fast because I'm out of breath. This is because I'm at a higher altitude. I'm trying to talk fast and I'm hot. Listen, get big up to all you mountain folk, because y'all rock. Because I can't even cope being up in these mountains. Woo! I feel like you felt like that in Vermont. Yeah, I'm in Montreal, Quebec. I just feel, woo! I'm feeling Swayze. I'll be back in the States Friday. I'll be back in the state. Yeah. You live in the mountains too. It takes a while to acclimate. Remember, listen, I'm a jungle chick. I live in a rainforest. I'm supposed to live in a rainforest. I got a chunky little nose. I got my little nose, my pudgy little nose. I'm meant to be in the middle. I'm meant to be in the middle of the jungle. I'm over in like the Alpala. Like I'm up with the folk. They just happy. They got wine. They don't leave their cabin. They send people to go shop for them, and they're in their cabin all winter long with wine and spirits. Cheers. So let me stop. 12 feet, yo. I was like, I got a truck outside, and I'm so happy. I was skidding all over the road. I almost made it off the mountain. Cheers. I'm just drinking some hot Coke. Yeah, you said you were in. What happened? No munchies? No, I don't have any good. We just going down the mountain. So look at my connections. Okay, so let me get into the topic, y'all. I'm so happy to be back. Listen, I'm so happy to be talking to civilized folk on here, y'all. Oh, please put a like on the video. I know I forget to remind you. Thank you so much. Please put a like on the video if you like me coming back from the mountains. I could sing Frozen for you if you want, but I'd really traumatize you. So if you don't want me to sing Frozen, please put a like on the video. Okay, so let me get into the conversation. I'm being silly. So many of you went through a cycle. So the 21st brought in that. So now you're going through a purge. So I passed it. I'm just excited. That's why I did the live today. I passed my exam because last year I was triggered and I reacted all kinds of crazy, cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. This year I was triggered, but I chose a different path of the way that it reacted. So now I leveled up. So now tomorrow we have a huge solar eclipse, which gives us like that ring of fire effect. Many of you are going to see that ring of fire. And because you're going to see that ring of fire, this has a different effect on us. Visually, that effect of the ring of fire also brings about 2020. It's like marking that opening of that vortex, okay? Because it looks like a vortex. And as we're going into that cycle, what you're going to see when we have the solar eclipse tomorrow. Mind you, I'm winded. I'm in the mountains, and for some reason, I can't breathe. I'm just happy to be on here. You're going to be going through a purge. Okay, so many people, a lot of people are triggered right now. Just be mindful of who you talk to, people, places, and things. People are leaving. People are coming in. Let them go. Okay. What I noticed is that I had some magnificent people. Big up to all my homies who are up here with me. I've met the most amazing people up here, and I've lost people along the way. So, we have to be okay to purge that which doesn't serve our highest and greatest good, but also in releasing is also allowing for greater things to come in. A lot of us did the abundance. Oh, big up to everyone who did the abundance with me. Okay, sidebar. Sidebar. Last week, we did an abundance on Jupiter Day, which is my day, Sagittarius. Big up to all the fire signs. It's Capricorn season, so big up to the earth signs coming in. We had our shine. We still shining though. I could listen, that abundance manifestation. Someone got, I don't know if I should say this public. I could say it public. I'm not going to say their name. Someone played a lottery ticket and won $25,000. Listen, who did the manifestation on the night of the ritual. So we did it in a day. They did everything. They followed everything. They won 25,000 US. I have to say US because I'm out of state. US dollars. So big up to her. She couldn't believe it. She tried to hit me off. I was like, I appreciate you trying to give me some of your abundance, but I'm abundant already. I'm grateful for my abundance. She hit it. So there were about 30 people. Zero lies. 30 people who listen, if anything you know about Flirtroom, I am grateful to be abundant, and I will bring abundance to anyone who is in my life who rocks with me. I do that well. And I like to share. I'm one of those Sagittariuses. I don't like to be alone on an island or up on a mountain. I like to bring all my friends and I like to enjoy with them. So one thing you'll know with me is I'm not a hoarder. I'm a zero hoarder. I love to share my abundance. So big up to them. Big up to all those who actually did well on the abundance. It was amazing. I've never seen anything like it. It was the first time I did it like publicly. I just did it to do it. Because I felt abundance. I just want to share my abundance. So big up to all who is in the abundance frequency. Touche. Salud. Anyway, so 25 G's. Okay, so we're going to go into that. So now you're going to purge. So a lot of people being triggered. So if you are now being, people are coming into your life or trying, there's a lot of, okay, I'm trying to get it all out. There's a lot of handlers who are coming at you right now. Many of your handlers have to be released. One of the things I noticed right now before tomorrow, excuse me, I'm so rude. I'm in the mountains. Before tomorrow, the 26th, they are literally coming for you. The demons are, the League of Doom is trying to compromise your piece of, let them, rebuke them, tell them to go and kick rocks, because you are now at the precipice where you're about to level up. So they are coming. Yo, they were trying to trigger me. I was like, boom, like Wonder Woman, boom, bam. I was trying to kick it, bam. Boom, boom. Listen, not today, devil. I sound like the Christians, not today, devil. I was banging them out of the park. They are coming because they know that we are getting to the point where we're going past the ceiling. So because of that, I need you to know that whatever is leaving you, don't fight it. Zero fights. Let anything that isn't for you, let it go. Anything is for you will be in your life easily and effortlessly. There shouldn't be any resistance. I know that. You should know that. Right now, if you're at that beautiful frequency, that wonderful vibratory level, that's high, kind of like sitting in that wonderful 5D frequency, like kind of permeating in and out. There isn't anything that should be in your level that is dark, that is demonic, that is drinking wine and spirits all the time, that can't stop doing drugs and alcohol. Those beings shouldn't even be in your life. Okay? They shouldn't even be in your life. So if you're in alignment, that's right. Jennifer said it. If you're in alignment, You should only be with those similar frequency, and it may not be anybody. Let me state this, it may be a lonely path because remember, you came in here alone and you will be leaving this planet alone. Okay. You might have friends that meet you after you transcend, but you're going to be bouncing by yourself just like you came in. So if you haven't that many that are in your frequency, let it be. Let it be. Okay. This is a path that the higher up you go is the lonelier it gets. And I say lonely, you're never really alone. You have your posse of angelics, your guides, your ancestors, you have us, because all of us rock with you. So you aren't alone in that way. But as far as physically with physical people, there may not be many there with you. So you have to accept that that path might may seemingly be lonely. Okay. But you aren't ever alone. So right now you may be triggered. Just do what Flurboon did. Don't do what I did last year, trying to bruck up in the middle of God knows what. Just be very mindful of yourself and know what you desire for yourself and know how you're connected to your higher self. And that will keep you always in the lighting. Yeah, there's a lot of gaslighting. And you see it online too. Because I got a chance to I wasn't online for a couple of days because I wasn't feeling well. I've been up here and I was like, I was feeling nauseous. I was feeling all kinds of crazy. So once I got online, I was seeing all the beef, people fighting. They're doing that thing called doxing, whatever that's called, doxing. I think they're giving people's pictures of children, all kinds of madness. When you start seeing things like that play out on the bigger screen, you know that it's something that is trying to feed off or hamper humanity. So you just know that stay out of that. Okay. So right now you should be purging things. Uh-oh. Hold on. Let me answer my phone. Hold on, family. Hey. Hey, what's up? Right now? I'll join you all later. I'm busy. Really? Okay. They're gonna be playing spades. I'll join y'all. All right. You want to come and get me? I want to drive down the mountain. All right. I'll call you when I'm ready. All right. See you later. Bye. Okay. They're gonna be playing spades. Yo, the mountain people know how to play spades. I'm excited. I'm having fun in the mountains. I like to play games, stuff like that, but nobody know. I'm surprised they know how to play spades. They said they're gonna play spades. They know, they know, they know I'm the only brown person here. They trying to play spades because I'm here. They probably created games for me. I love it. Those are my lunar homies in the mountains. They real cool. So where was I at? So we're purging. So you're going to be triggered. You're seeing people being triggered. Make sure you hold your own. Okay. Purging. I'm going to talk about twin flames that are coming into alignment. A lot of twin flames are also purging. Oh yeah, I like to sit. You always see me, like, if you ever know me, you'll see me, like, I always put my legs up on stuff. I like to, if you know me, many of you know me, I put my feet up in the car. That's when you know I'm relaxed. The twin flames. Many of you who are twinning right now will find out that a lot of twins are going through the dark night of the soul. Usually the males. I notice a lot of males are going through the dark night of the soul. So if you're twinning right now, oh, don't cut my hair. Well, it's keeping me warm right now. This is the first time my hair has a purpose. My hair is actually keeping me warm. Now I know why everybody has facial hair and hair all over their bodies, because when you're cold, you need as much hair as possible. And I noticed that having more hair is kept me warmer. I understand now. Genetics is purposeful. So what was I? I'm going all over the place. I'm so sorry. Please put a like in the video if you up for the shenanigans. If you want to come and join Flurboon up in the mountains, I would have invited all y'all to the mountains because we would have been having fun. We've been drinking some coffee, playing spades, and drinking oxygen water because, you know, I found this today in the mountain store. Finally, because I had to bring this. You know, many of you, I know I'm sidebarring because I had to, you know, you guys, I was using this for a long time. Can you see it? This is what I travel with because I was going up in the mountains. I was feeling really nauseous. and I had to take some of this. This is oxygen. So I make sure that I had to bring it because I was getting all kinds of dizzy. I was feeling really nauseous for a couple days. I didn't want to eat anything, so I was having issues. So I found some oxygen water up here. Um, so anyway, um, what was I saying? I'm all over the place. I'm sorry. I'm excited to be back. I've been off grid for too long. Um, okay, so purging. So, the twin flames. So a lot of the male twin flames are going through the dark night of the soul. I'm noticing that the runners, okay, so if you have a runner who's a twin right now, all of them, almost all that I know of, that at least I know, they're all going through the dark night of the soul. So for any of you twinning right now, don't be shocked that your twin is ran away and is decided to go through some sort of soul revelation. It's okay though. Let them be, let them go. Okay. My twin is still mad at me for offending him. Let me speak to my twin. Twin flame, I don't know why you're so angry. You should understand I'm a Sagittarius and we never mean to offend anyone. It's all love. I know we don't take many things seriously. This is what my twin hates this about me. Probably this is probably one pet peeve. Not rarely anything bothers me. So he's just such a deep thinker. Listen, twin, you're amazing. You're one of the most phenomenal beings. Your mind is like beyond this planet. Just come back to my planet. You know what I mean? Take your spaceship, bring it on over, and call it a wrap. Let me stop antagonizing my twin. Anyway, so for the twins, they're all going through a dark night of the soul. Let them go. Let them be. Let them do you. Okay, because this is a um keep your front up till you come up. Yeah, I'm just saying, do you. Just make sure that you are always leveling yourself up. You can't change anyone. You can't take someone else's journey away from them. You can't make someone's life better. You can't take away their woes. You can't deal with their trauma. They have to work on self. Everybody is here for their self evolution, except the clones and the biobots and the all kinds of reptiles and shapeshift. Those aren't beings here for this ascension process. You are. So if you're a human being or earthling, or at least quantified as an earthling, maybe you're like 60% earthling, you might be other things, but if you're quantified as an earthling, you're here for the ascension process. And that means you're meant to work on self. Okay. And when something is for you, it will be in your life easily. So try, because I know that a lot of twins are going through their shift right now. And I just have to be the front person for twins and say, listen, if your twin is going through their shift and their change, let them be. This is a season for change, purging, and for leveling up. And if they aren't there, then you need to just be at your level and keep moving forward. This isn't necessarily a team sport. Okay. So keep it moving and keep leveling up. And whoever's for you will come into you. There hasn't been one person who comes into my field that is not in my same frequency. If they are, we're at odds. Like we're battling. Okay. That's why I said I wasn't triggered. I had to be around someone who was highly insidious. And it just was, you could feel their energy from getting up. And, my twin had warned me. This is why my twin is upset. I guess he doesn't care that I tell this because he knows I talk publicly. But this is why my twin was upset, because he told me, he was like, this person, he knew, he predicted, because he's such a bright person, because my twin is a little more elevated than me as far as consciously. I'm Sagittarius, so we act. My twin is more a thinker, analytical. We're just, I'm a Sag. I always got weapons of mass. I'm ready. I jump in things fearlessly. But sometimes what happens is that I do things without knowing or caring long term how that may show up, and that may cause problems. So my twin warned me that, there was going to be some issues with this type of frequency that was coming in, and he was absolutely correct. So you were correct, Twinny. I adore you. You're amazing. You're like the stars, and you're like the stars in the skies. I'm serenading you. You're like the stars in the skies, twin. You were absolutely correct, and I was absolutely wrong. There isn't any fault in admitting my faults. You know what I mean? Sometimes I just don't see past that. So twins, you'll be okay. Move on, ascend, People purge people, places, and things out of your life that aren't for you. Tomorrow, family, you will be feeling it if you are not feeling it now. You will be feeling it. Right now, you should be feeling, some of you have headaches, some of you have body aches, some of you are having, this is, I forgot to tell you, there is something for like 3 days, I was not seeing the numbers on the clock. I was seeing Martian letters. I'm serious. I think I have to go through a whole video on this alone. For 3 days, when I first got to the mountains, and I'm still winded. When I got to the mountains, I wasn't seeing numbers on the clocks. I was seeing alien numerical symbols on all the clocks. I knew something happened, so I shifted. That's also when I wasn't feeling well. And it could be that I shifted, maybe that 21st did something to me. So I couldn't get out of it. And I really, like, I kept looking at every clock and seeing symbols. And then it stopped. Like today kind of subsided some, where I could look at a clock and actually see the numbers. I'm serious. So for some reason, my mind, I must have permeated into another form of consciousness. And all I was seeing is, I wasn't seeing the numbers on anything. I was only seeing some sort of, I don't know if it was Martian language. I can't tell you, but it was alien language. Yeah. It was kind of cool though. I tried to take pictures of it, but it was only me seeing it. And I'm saying I don't drink or anything. I'm drug free. So it was all real. It was something I did, something, my body shifted physically. Something happened with my body and something's going on. So it could be that I'm at a higher elevation, and for some reason it shot me into another mindset, or maybe my mind expanded, but I didn't see numbers anymore. So tomorrow you will be feeling headaches, body aches. You may be having third eye pulsations. Okay. You may get a heat. A lot of people are getting hot already. You may feel a lot of heat around you, illumination. Tomorrow is a big day. It's a big day. So do know that depending on when the actual solar eclipse happens, remember it's happening on the other side of the world. So we'll be feeling it at a different time frame. Like we'll be feeling at different time frames, because we come from all different geographical locations that are opposite of Africa and India, unless you're in the Middle East and in that area. I know in Abu Dhabi, my homies in Abu Dhabi. Oh, I thought I heard company. My homies in Abu Dhabi are already feeling it. One of my girlfriends says she felt vibration on her feet. Like she felt like there was an earthquake, and there was an earthquake also in Argentina. So the planet is already reacting, because remember, we have all these planets going into this placement tomorrow. And because of that, we're going to get a lot of geographical shifting, earthquakes, tsunamis. There was a tsunami warning. I think it was in Argentina. And that's what I'm saying. My other girlfriend went to Chile. She flew into Chile, and they were saying they were feeling vibration. So they're going to feel more so on the other side. Depending on where you're coming from or where you're watching me from, you're going to feel it more in the southern hemisphere. So if you're over there, you might have already felt earthquakes. You might already feel the magnetic field causing you to feel hotter. You may feel your third eye start to pulsate. Hairs on your arms may stand up. You feel it in South Africa? Okay, the weather is going crazy. A lot of people are getting unseasonably warmer weather in regions that are normally cold. So it's already happening. Okay, so make sure that you're prepared. Keep yourself hydrated. Keep yourself hydrated. Make sure that you're keeping your mind pretty focused on, keeping yourself centered, grounded, because this is a time it's going to be rocking and rolling, because we're going into another level and tier, leveling up. It's on and popping. We're going into, quote unquote, the Gregorian year of 2020. Okay. So if you personally take on the fact that you're going into 2020, you'll also know that 2020 brings a lot of revelations. Okay. A lot of truth is going to come out. There isn't any liars. Anyone who's a liar will be found out. Okay. So if you've been lies since 1982, you about to get your spots blown. Okay. If you have heinous people, because karma comes with the revelations, because karma comes when you have reveals. So remember, we talked about all debts are due. When you do dirt, you get dirt. Basically, if you've been doing harm to other people, if you've been lying to people, if you're cruel to other people, if you're cruel to animals, if you're unjust in your actions, your deeds, your mindset, you will be paying this week. And for those who have been kind of like, remember, the meek inherit the earth. So for those who were in that mindset of like loving humanity, being catering and loving and nourishing Mother Earth, you're loving yourself, because remember, without loving yourself, you should not be allowing, you can't help others if you're not even loving and respecting yourself. Okay, honoring yourself. If you're careful, if you're loving your family, endearing to your children, these are things that you will benefit from, because you will start to see those show up, all the other karmic debt or karmic credit. So some of you will be getting wonderful this is the time for abundance, whirlwinds of abundance coming, as far as monetarily. Okay. For those who ever wanted to buy a house, this is a time. And we also go into 2020, we talk about the twinning. Many of you may not subscribe to twinning. I do. I have a twin flame. I met them. They're amazing. They're at thebomb.com. They're everything beyond what I expected. And that next year is 2020. And if you know, that's a twinning year. So if you subscribe to the 2020 Gregorian calendar, you will know that has to do with partnerships. So partnerships, as far as friendships, you'll be having better friendships. If you're not down with the whole twinning thing, you'll be having better camaraderie with others, better partnerships. If you are looking for a partnership in business, this is a time that would come online for you. So you'll meet someone who matches your goals, your is driven the same way as you, has the same capacity as you. This is when you'll find them. Your other twin, like if you're looking for a partnership as far as a mate, whether it's a twin flame or a soulmate, this is the time that you would be more in alignment to have a mate, a proper partnership. So make sure. Oh, Hippie Island, I've got to call you. I finally got out of my rut. Hippie Island, I've got to call you. So if this is a time, so if you were looking for a healthy partnership, this is the year for you. It really is. It's twinning. And I've talked about twinning not being so much about a sexual, everybody takes in the twinning like, oh, it's my ultimate partner. It's my love. This is why I didn't subscribe to it. It isn't about that. And there isn't much I could say enough to tell you. It has zero to do with that. It has only to do with coming together first, and then basically you're fielding in together unity consciousness. It's the beginning of the merge. The twin is just the beginning of a merge. That's all it is. It's not that serious. That's what I'm saying. It's like when people are so angry about twin flames, I'm like, do you realize that to get to unity consciousness, you can't just put everything, we can't just bungle together at once. You have to merge. It's like a merge of a merge of a merge of a merge, and then you merge. Doo-doo-doo. So it's basically unity consciousness coming online. Twinning is the first product of that. That's all it is. It's merging. It's like two cells merging together to replicate and merge other cells together to merge other cells together. That's all it is. So if you are looking for a divine partnership and you've leveled up, you're going to be partnered with someone, whether it's friendships, comrades you meet at work, school. This is the year. Okay. So if you feel like you're alone, your mate who came off the mothership with you, basically, because my twin came off the ship with me, that you're going to meet your homie. And you'll be like, oh, snap. I haven't seen you for like millennia. Oh, my God. How many years have we been off the mothership? That's basically what it is. And then when you get to your mothership together, because you're going to meet up with the others, and then you're going to come meet the other two. So it'll be like 15, 16, eventually it'll come 144,000. Y'all are going to bounce and get on the mothership and either permeate out of this dimensional restricted level and get to another form of Earth, or some of you will go back to your home base planets where you came from if you were a volunteer. I accept that. So I would say to you, if you don't accept that, I hope you accept at least unity consciousness. And if you can accept unity consciousness, you have to know that there's a beginning of how that happens. We don't just fall on each other. Okay. So it's beautiful. So tomorrow is a big day. I hope you're all ready. Like I said, my head has been in the sky since I've been here. And I'm hoping that everyone's leveling up. And if I can do it, I always say to you, if I could do it, because I have some limited ways that I think, sometimes I'm very primal. because I am a fire sign and I'm a triple fire sign, I tend to get hot, literally, really quickly. Okay. So I'm hot all the time. I'm always in action mode. I'm in action. If you know, it's like I travel all the time. I'm always trying to do something. I rarely sit down. Even if anybody knows me as a friend, it's like, why she's always doing 50 million things. I'm that type of person. I'm that type of person. Hold on. It's amazing. But because of that, I have to watch because I get really incited. Like if someone gets in my way or has really dark energy, I'm quick to flame them out, like, flame broil them. I will do it. And I have to really watch I have to be mindful of my reactions. And also, I have to be mindful of being triggered because if people know that you're so hot like that, they will attempt to trigger you in order to incite you to make you compromise your peace of mind or your frequency and what have you. And I realize that. So that's why I say I'm just very common. I'm not anything super extra. The only thing that I say is that I'm a contactee and I'm from Malvern. I'm just a regular person, just like you. I get sad just like you. I get mad. I get compromised. So I don't ever say that I'm above and beyond anybody. Okay. So, if you see me as you, as a reflection of you, you know that if I could do it, you could do it. Okay. So I passed my test this year. I kept my hands to myself. I didn't get bruck up and I passed the test. And it's time to balance ourselves out. And every time you level yourself up, you will be put in another layer and level to be able to learn something new and then be able to level yourself even further. But because we're in the season, we're kicking off the eclipse season right now and tomorrow, and we just came off of a really huge energetic wave that came in with the winter solstice. And then you're going into the frequencies of the Gregorian 2020, because for them, they label it as 2020, what you see, feel, view, it's on and popping. So that means you need to always be mindful that if you aren't being authentic with yourself, that the universe will show you that in other people and places and things outside of yourself. So it's best to be honest with yourself. You know what I mean? If you, I don't know, you want to eat a hamburger on a Sunday and you haven't eaten a hamburger because you've been subscribed to being a vegan, then you need to level up and say to yourself, you know what? That is what you require and you want. And if you're going to indulge in eating flesh, I know you guys don't like when I say flesh, but that's what it is. If you're going to indulge in eating flesh, then you need to know and accept it and say, well, listen, I'm not going to deprive myself of maybe something I need nutrient wise, maybe because of my genetics, but I will be mindful in how I partake in what kind of life has been taken. Or maybe I'll become someone who hunts for their own food so that they can engage with it in a way, at least they're mindful and they at least take acknowledgement of the life they've taken for nourishment. That's what I'm saying. So I'm just try to keep from subscribing to things that you've already superseded as far as gaining the level of conscious awareness about. So if you've gained the knowledge of something, you've learned about fasting, maybe you don't have to fast so much anymore. If you've done meditation, like I did meditation for so many years and yoga and all that stuff years before when I was pregnant, I stopped having to do that because I had to do those things to get to another layer and level of overstanding and spirituality. Once I gained that wisdom, it wasn't required for me to do that as much anymore. Once in a blue, I may do it. I do meditation in different ways. I'm not so much a meditation in a classic way, but I will do it in other ways. But it wasn't necessarily something I had to do daily. It was something when I was training myself and learning to become silent in my mind and focus, then I had to do that daily in order to gain the type of censorship that allow me to see past limitations or beyond. Okay. So I didn't need to do that as much anymore. Okay. So I know many of you are with family that's not awake. I've heard stories. Some of you are with family that is not awake. I know some of y'all are in the house right now. Don't put this up louder because they're going to think I'm all kinds of cuckoo and they're going to think you're cuckoo for even watching me. So I suggest you put your earbuds on because if they listening to you, listen to me, they already know you're gone. And they may judge you all kinds of crazy. Your auntie's right now, she's watching this brown woman saying she's talking to ET. She's wearing a really weird hat. She looks like a chunky brown elf. You shouldn't let her watch her. She's talking about having sex with twin flames. Oh my God, put your earbuds on, please. I'm not for everyone. That's just something you should realize. I am not for everyone. They will see this video and they will judge you. So I'm just saying, a lot of you with family, make sure you aren't judging them harshly. Family is at the level that they need to be, and be grateful that you're at that layer, that you can heal your bloodline, because a lot of times it only takes once. I said a chunky brown elf. That's what they're saying. Because I got the elf socks. Look, I got the elf socks on. I got the hat on. They're all kinds of crazy right now. And thank you, Sovereign. I appreciate it. I'm hot. So what was I saying? So all you need to be in is yourself. And my God, hold on, family. Let me see and read your comments. Okay, if anyone's judging me, I'm not drinking. I'm not on the wine and spirits. You know I don't drink. I'm not high. I'm high in the mountains. So if you hear me winded, it's because I'm at a really high altitude. I'm on the top of a mountain right now, and I'm high as a kite on high altitude, and it makes me winded a little quicker because I'm a jungle chick. I'm in Elsa's world. Let's just say I'm in Frozen world, and I'm Elsa's friend, but I'm from the jungles. I'm from the South American jungles. It's hard for my body to acclimate. So I'm breathing a little heavier because of that, and I'm drinking oxygen. So if I sound a little winded, it's because of that. I do ski. Did I ski? No, I do ski. I didn't ski. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Taryn. I appreciate it. Thank you. Whoop, whoop. Thank you, my love. Yeah, so I'm a little different right now. So if you hear me winded, it takes me a little while. My mind is a little, and I've been nauseous for a couple of days. That's why you guys haven't seen me. I know you've been like, where have you been? I've just been nauseous in the mountains with my friends. What's up? I'll be back to myself. I'll be back in the States on Friday. So I'm flying back on Friday. So you guys will see me back in my natural form. I'm looking forward to putting my flip-flops, my sundress, and no brassiere. Believe me. Let me see if you have any questions. Please put a like on the video if you like the video and you're here. Oh, you got your earbuds? Good. Put your earbuds on. Like I said, you sitting with family in your house, and I already know what that's like. Goddess, jungle goddess meets the the mountain goddess. The goddess is up here. Let me explain something. That's why I said y'all should stop judging people for color and complexion. I met some amazing, beautiful up in these mountains. Hold on. I met some of the most amazing people up in these mountains. So don't sleep on the mountain folk, because they another kind of entity. These are the folks that speak to other elementals. Okay. They're just amazing. Very clever, very resourceful. People who come from cold regions that are preppers, they're a different kind of prepper mentality. And I always love going somewhere cold and seeing how preppers resolve what I normally wouldn't do when I'm in jungle mode. Because I know how to survive in both, but they supersede me by 1,000. Okay. And don't get it twisted. There are some draconians where I am right now. There are draconians, and I see them. They see me. I seen them when I first came here, and I went to the store. I went to the mountain store, and the draconians saw me. And the first thing they did is look. Draconians are wild, and they're fearless. So they just look. They look, and they don't apologize. There isn't a listen. Draconian. The crocodilians are unapologetic when they look at you. They won't turn away. They will watch you in your face. And I just look at them like, what? Last year, I got one of you. Come for me. I look at them like, what? You gonna break? You gonna pop it off in these mountains? I'll take, that's why I say I behave myself. I'm in crocodilian landscape, and I kept it. They see me, I see them. You respect me, crocodilians, and I will respect you. That's all. We keep it like that because I don't have any beef with any of the reptilians. Their behavior is only reprehensible because we're in human bodies. But where they come from, what they do is quite normal. That's why I teach you, and I say to you, I teach you because I know that from the perspective of being a contactee. Many of us as Earthlings judge them on Earthling standards and ethics and morality. They aren't us. They aren't us. Okay. So where they come from, they violate, they see children and people or adults as the same. They don't see their young offspring and adult offspring as separate. That's why they do so much violation of us here on this planet, because they do that where they come from. It's totally different for them. Is it right or wrong? I can't say that, because is a snake wrong for eating on a mouse that or preying on victims, little cute little things that it sees comes in front? No, because that's what it does. So crocodilians are that. But when they come, I'm just saying they're unapologetic. So when you see, many of you have also been in contact with crocodilians. Some of you work with them. Some of you work for them. Most of you work for them. Crocodilians aren't really in the lower tiers. Crocodilians are in the upper tiers, upper crest. Okay. So when you see crocodilians is when you go to like the Swiss Alps. Okay. You go to Switzerland where the hive is. You go to wealthy places. The crocodilians are in the upper crest. So when you meet them, they're unapologetic. They won't have a problem taking you out or staring you down. They are the baddest of all reptilians. Okay. All reptilians fear going to battle with crocodilians. The only thing that they have to abide by, and the only reason they do is because they have they get hit universally if they don't follow the rules. Is they have to stay within universal guidelines. That's the only reason they don't take a lot of other groups out. But they're heinous in the way that we perceive them. Okay. So yeah, crocodilians we're not talking about other reptilians. Crocodilians are another breed. And they're always in like the Alps. They're in cold regions. They like it cooler. They're cold-blooded. The way that they mate is just archaic. It's just, and that's not judgment. This is what they are. So I'm just saying, I'm up in there. I'm in their neck of the woods, unfazed. Okay. A Dr. Delbert Blair, that's a compliment. I take that as a compliment. I could never be Dr. Delbert Blair. I take that as a thank you, Philip. I'm glad you liken me to him, but I'm nothing not to say I'm nothing, but Dr. Delbert Blair was the bomb. I wish I had as much wisdom as he did. I really do. I miss him on days when I get scared. Florburn gets scared sometimes when certain things like when I saw the cryptic letters on the numbers, like when I saw the numbers change and I couldn't see them in numbers anymore, and I kept looking at clocks and seeing symbols, I get nervous because I'm like, oh my gosh, my brain is changing and I don't know if it'll go back. And those are times when Dr. Delbert Blair was assisting me, because I could go to him and he could really just be able to, basically discuss that with me, settle my mind. It's very hard now because there isn't anyone who is like him that I trust. He was my he was like someone I would go to. Like my, what do you call it? He was my what do you call that? Like what do you say? I forgot. Like what do you say when you he was my mentor. He was my mentor. And it's very difficult. Like I used to cry a lot when he first passed, because for a long time, many of you don't realize the reason why I'm on here is because of Dr. Delbert Blair. If anybody you want to thank is my ex-boyfriend and Dr. Delbert Blair. You really must thank him, because he gave me the strength to speak on my experiences and to be fearless about it. But for a long time, I cried all the time because, yeah, he was my advisor, because I didn't have anyone who was having a similar experience. And I was always alone in that. Even now, when I have a lot of experiences, there aren't any experiences having the same as me. It's very different. The experiences, like I see things like that, or I get things on my skin, codes on my skin. I get them sending messages. I get really, really tangible contact with the others. And the only person that I knew that I could go to with pride and with a certainty that he wasn't going to hurt me or take my information and take it to the government, because that's a lot of times what happens. Many of you don't realize a lot of the stuff we go through as contactees, these mofos out here, they will take our information and take it to the government and we'll disappear. So he was one of the ones I trusted, the only one, and still is to a certain degree. So I'm thank you for comparing me to him, but I can't even take that. I have nothing compared to that man. He was amazing. You're yes, mixed then together because dandelion is very bitter. Oh, you guys are talking about something. Yeah. So has everyone enjoyed? Please put a like on the video. Got almost 500 people up in the mountains with me. Y'all are joining me up in the mountains. My head is spinning right now. I'm going to try to go play spades. I don't know if I can make it down the mountain. They want me to go play spades down the mountain. Whenever I go down the mountain, you ever heard that song? She'll be coming around the mountain when she comes. That's me. She'll be coming around. They go and play spades. I won't even be able to make it through 15 minutes. They're going to come get me. I'm going to get dizzy by the time I get down the hill. I won't be able to come back home. Up the hill. I think I might stay home. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to go play spades because I'm not feeling well. Blissful, what do you guys call it? I don't want to say it because it's a Satanist holiday. This is a Satanist holiday, right? Everyone knows that, right? You could celebrate it how you want. See, this is one thing I say. You could find out, just know what you're celebrating when you're selling Krampus. Like I said, big up to Young Pharaoh, did a whole series on us. Amazing. He's a scholar. I know some of you don't have issues with him, but he did a great. I don't get drunk. I don't want to drink. I don't drink like that, and certainly not up in the mountains, because when you drink up here, you get. I'm sure there's so much more drunk you get probably in the mountains, right? I think the altitude does something too. But yeah, just Santa Claus, Satan. It's it's basically a phonetical change. Anytime they change the words around, it's like a anagram, right? So just be mindful of worship. I celebrate every holiday. You know why? Because I don't do what they do. If you notice, I don't have any balls on the Christmas tree, which represents the phallus. Now, I like the phallus. I don't mind worshiping the phallus, but some of you males may not like it. I don't worship a phallus. I love a wand that I love. But I'm just saying, if you don't mind worshiping a big penis in the middle of the room with your children with balls all over it, I'm just saying, colorful balls. If that doesn't bother you, then by all means celebrate the holiday. But know what you worship. And you have a demon who's called Krampus coming down your chimney to eat your children's cookies and come in and take your children if they're naughty and do demonic, satanic things. Just know what you worship. Okay, so I'm just jingle balls. Ninner was going in. And I don't believe, don't get me started because y'all trying to rile me up already. You already know I'm in fire season. I'm getting the earth. But why do you murder trees to put in your house to die? You don't think that's satanic? There isn't one earthling who would think it's okay to murder baby trees. Do you know how much crying I did when I was little to see baby trees murdered? See, now I'm excited. This is where you see, you'll be like flipping one off, flipping one left, murdering baby trees, these babies, seeing them murdered in front of their parents. See, some people don't care about plants or trees, murderers. And then having them dying I'm so loud. I'm sorry. Let me behave myself. I'm getting started. Y'all, let me take a drink of my oxygen water. See, that's how you know these beings are earthlings. There wouldn't be any Native American that would take a dying tree, a baby tree, into their house and watch it die and put balls all over symbolic male balls, and then worshiping, and then have a demon invitation in the house, putting a letter, basically giving a welcome letter for the demon to come in your house and visit your children. You know what I say? Rebuke them. That not on my watch. I love the beautiful trees. These mountains have the most majestical. I've talked to them. They are beautiful. I've spoken to the matrons of this beautiful mountain, and they are beautiful. And I won't touch them, and I won't hurt them, and I won't let anyone do it. It is wrong. It is non human to do that. Many of you do it. I won't judge you, but I'm just saying we're not friends. I wouldn't be your friend if you had a dying tree in your house. I'm telling you. And people are like, oh, you're so judgmental. It isn't judgmental. I have ethics and morality. I love this planet and I love what she represents and I love the living beings on it. I'm out of alignment of murdering, hurting her children and her terrain. So I look at the beautiful trees. If you want to decorate the trees outside, by all means, you can put decorations on them outside while they're living. But to murder them and to invite a demon in your house around your children and let that man have your children sit on his lap while he has a hard peen. I'm sorry. Please put headphones on. Your family will not let you watch me anymore. All my youngins, please. I'm sorry. Take the little ones out the room. I'm not holiday friendly. Please take the little ones out the room. You know, when I go left, this is not for little ones right now. Sorry. I apologize. You know, it's just disgusting. So people always say to me, well, Flurban, why are you always leaving with your little ones on the holidays? This is how I do my own form of enjoyment during their holiday season. I take the time that they get off and I go and do with my little ones what I want to do. This is what I do. Now, if you want to do it, by all means, but I'm just saying, I'm not your friend. People say, are you friends with people who have trees? No, absolutely zero. I have zero friends who would think of murdering baby trees. I have zero friends who would think of murdering baby animals. I have zero friends. They aren't my friends. The friends I have honor Mother Earth. They love and are protective of their own children in their households. They aren't worshiping things mindlessly that are going to bring harm to their genetics, to their offspring, and to their bloodline. Now, if you're a Satanist and a Luciferian, this is all for you. This is all for you. So I'm not judging them because Satanists, this is what they do. All the Satanists are up here. Listen, the Draconians, the Crocodilians, and all the Satanists, they're up here in Bougieville, where I am on top of the mountain. They're here. They do that. And you know why I'm not mad at them? Because that's what they do. This is who they are. They're not from this planet. And I'm not mad at them because they aren't part of this. Where I have issues is when earthlings do things like this. Because, uh-oh, something's on my ceiling. I've been hearing walking on my ceiling. I'm on the top of a mountain and I heard like something walking on the ceiling last night. And I just told it, I said, listen, you better take your whatever's on that ceiling outside because I'm on the top of a mountain. I said, if you coming in this, trying to come in here, you aren't invited. And you best believe that sound stopped. There's something that's walking on the ceiling right now. You heard it? It's probably observing me. You know, I haven't seen any UFOs here. I have not, but I'm in Draconian world. So you won't see any other beings coming in Draconian's world. This is one thing you have to understand. Draconians don't have visitations with other types of ETs because ETs stay the heck away. That's how you know where the hive is. Ships coming around this way, unless they're governmental. Hold on. Okay. Please put a like on the video if you like the shenanigans of me getting upset about holiday season with the Draconian. Listen, I don't, like I said, I rebuke I enjoy traveling because of all the time that's off, that's allotted for these dastardly pagan holidays. I enjoy traveling and enjoying myself during these times, but I won't be celebrating their holidays and I won't be doing their rituals. I do whatever I want. Yes, trees belong outside. Only like, that's why I say let's keep rational. Only non-humans would think it purposeful to kill beautiful trees right outside the door. Remember, I'm in the midst of beautiful pines. There are every kind of pine here. Only non-humans would think to see the beautiful trees outside and chop them down, murder them in front of their families, murder them, take their skins and make houses into them, and then take their babies and put them in the middle to die. I'm sorry if I've ruined your holiday season. It's nice to have rosy colored glasses because you won't have to be accountable, right? You know, it's so nice to not know these things. But when you know better, what does it mean? You have to do better. So, why did I go off on this? What? Please don't let me go off on tangents like this. Y'all let me get all hot and bothered. Y'all go and let me go on tangents. I listen. Yeah, I just nah. And I remember, don't get it twisted. I'm not saying I didn't grow up with a family who enjoyed the holidays called Christmas. I did, and I have beautiful memories. I did, but do believe that I know better now, and I'm raising two beautiful, beautiful little enlightened little girls. So, with that being said, I have to do better. Now, okay, so you want me to go back to the topic. So yes, tomorrow is a huge day, celestial wise, galactic wise, and also geographically. There's going to be a lot of shaking. It's already been happening. A lot of people are experiencing a difference in temperature. A lot of times, there are places I think Indianapolis or somewhere, it's like 75 degrees. It was crazy, unseasonably. Um, oh, my grandmother is well. She's well. Thank you, everyone. My grandmother turned 103. Thank you for asking. She's officially 103. And guess what? She's healthier than a lot of people I know. Gotta love that bloodline. She's feisty as all heck. So just know that you will be feeling it. Now, again, I'll just reiterate, you're going to be feeling headaches, heat in your body, dizziness. Some of you are already feeling vibration underneath your legs. Some of you are feeling the vibration of your forehead. Okay, so because of that, do understand that it's very important for you to be very grounded. Okay, there's a lot of purging, which we can reiterate again. A lot of purging is happening. People are leaving your life for good reasons. If you aren't right for someone and someone isn't right for you, let them go. What is for you will stay, it will be easily and effortlessly in your frequency. If something is for you or someone is for you, they will stay without harm, without hindrance, and without hampering your frequency. So, like I said, my twin flame is still upset at me because I did something naughty, because I'm flurbrun, and sometimes I do. Sometimes I'm just a triple fire sign. Sometimes I just don't listen, and but it's fine, because again, he is going through his own evolution. You see, I'm like, look at the lights. My thing, it just changed as soon as I talk about him. Pick up to twin flame. He's probably watching this right now. So the twins also are. A lot of them are going through the dark side night of the soul, especially the males. Let them be. Their twins won't go anywhere. Let me explain this to everyone here. Twins won't go anywhere. If they're your twin, especially since I know the conjunction's happening in March, they will be with you. Okay? They will be with you regardless. So if you are meant to twin, there isn't any holding them, manifesting them. They will come. Just like in the Skeksis and the Mystics. Go watch Dark Crystal. Y'all want to watch something with your family, with your Matrix family? Go watch the Dark Crystal. Go watch the original Dark Crystal with your Matrix family. Watch what happens when that conjunction happens. What happens when the conjunction happens? The Skeksis are out being diabolical in their dark castle, but what happens before the conjunction? The Mystics do their migration, and many of you are the Mystics. You do your migration to your Skeksis. And when you get to your Skeksis, they can't fight it. The Skeksis can't fight it, and they can't harm you either. You know why? Because they are you. They are one in you. So they can't even harm you. So that's how you know it's your twin. So when it's time, your twin will come to you or you will go to them. It is what it is. That's what I'm saying. There isn't any crying over your twin. No, oh my God, my twin is not here. He's like, if he's your twin, he's coming back. If she's your twin, she's coming back. They have to do their own work. Many of them have karmic debts that they have to do. We have karmic debts that we have to resolve. Until you feel those together is the only time you can twin. You can't have a whole bunch of baggage twinning. So it will happen. So let them take care of their work. You take care of you, do you, and they do them. And when you guys are righteous and in that frequency where everything's kind of balanced out, they will come towards you or you will come towards them. And then it will be masterful. There isn't anything like making love to your twin right before the precipice of the conjunction. So don't worry, you'll be fine. Twins will come. Let's see any questions. If they're at a distance, all twins will merge. From my knowledge, and we'll see this. This is my unorthodox opinion. It's really my prediction because I came together with this song when the moon is in the 7th house and Jupiter is aligned with Mars. Remember that song? And then I brought in the dark crystal because they always give you clues. So I brought those two together and then I got one particular date, which was March 22nd. It's the same time I had that rainbow thing happen. Remember the rainbow event? So I liken the rainbow event, the event that happened to me in the South Bronx, remember? And then all of a sudden I was like, oh my God, the rainbow event happened at the same time that this conjunction happened, that also the alignment is happening. So it's interesting. So that's why I got this theory that during March is when the twin flames merge. Okay. So like I said, another young lady would call me crying about her twin leaving. I said, let him go. Have fun. Enjoy yourself. Play with your soulmate. It's hard. You can't really play with another. Once you love your twin, see, this is the hard thing. Once you get with your twin, there's no other mate that will match. So your twin won't ever be satisfied. Twins only, once twins mate, there isn't any other for them. They can try, they can squander, but there won't be another match. So that's what I'm saying. There's no reason to cry over your twin. You are their ultimate match and they're yours. So even if you try to mate with someone else, it's very difficult. You won't want to because there isn't a match greater. When I met my twin and we merged physically, my gosh, it was like, how can I explain? I'm getting hot already. It was like something going off in me that was dormant that I didn't even know was in me. Listen, it was like something went off in me. And then when we were together physically, my whole body, it was like I remember every part of them, their scent, their feeling, their vibration. It's not a physical thing. It's like it's very, very like celestial. It's beyond this world. So when you're physically with them, though it seems like it's like this, it's that. It's so that. That's how you know it's your twin. So you won't question it because it's beyond this world and you can't sleep. This is why it's okay to get your twin away from you. Because I felt like since I got a little space for my twin, I can think a little better. Because when you're with your twin, you can't think. You can't, it's like you just want to be, that's why I say if you meet your twin, you may not leave the house for like 2 weeks. It isn't healthy right away. It's that beautiful merging of souls that remember each other and you just want to merge within each other. It's amazing, but it makes you overwhelmed. So it's good to spread apart from your twin, especially when you guys know that you're going to be together. Just let them be. Okay. So twinning season is already 2020 is twinning season. So big up to all the new twinners coming in. I'm sure I'll be getting phone calls from you because all the twin flames are contacting each other. That's another part of this phenomenon, which I found is interesting. All the twin flames are finding each other. So all the twins, how you know you're a twin? Because all the twins will find you. It's weird. That's why I said it's about unity consciousness. And twins are not complexion, race, anything that you think. They're twins of every complexion, every background, every tongue, every kind. So, but they will find you. So another twin twin flames will find you because you're a twin. They're all attracted to each other. All the twins are attracted to each other, not sexually, but it's a recognition of energy. So the twins will find the other twins. That's what I'm saying. Get over this whole thing that it's about twin flames and sex. And yeah, it's great. It's wonderful. I love it. I'll do it again. But it's not about that. It's more about fielding energies. We are the initiators of the pole shift of the. We create an inner pole shift within ourselves that stimulates a pole shift outside of ourselves. So once twins get together in mass quantity, I think it's over 60%, we trigger the actual pole shift itself. That's why I said it's going to happen. It's a fact. That I can tell you 1000%. And when I started meeting other twins, that's how I knew it was real. The other twins recognize other twins and we trigger each other. So as many twins, like I think many of you who are on Instagram with me met one of the other twins. She's in Russia. She was in Russia. As soon as me and her spoke, she triggered me and I triggered her. That's how we knew we were twins. Another person who's, I don't think Hippie. Do you want me to tell everyone? Hippie girl's in here. Hippie's in here. She's a twin. Whenever we talk, it triggers twinning. So twins trigger each other. So that's how you know it's a twin. And that's how you can recognize twins. It's that serious. And be careful with people who aren't twinning, who are having horrific experiences, because not everybody here is for twinning, and it's not making anyone special or less. There's certain beings here to twin. Some people are here to twin. Some people are not here to twin. Twins are just specifically meant to propel into unity consciousness. That is their role. That is one of their purpose to be here. Okay. Hippie, there's Hippie. There you go. So we're supposed to do that. I didn't believe in it. Let me just say this. I thought it was hoopla. I was one of the ones. I vetted it out. It is 1000%. I never do that as a Sagittarius. I research. I'm a triple Sag. It is 1000% a phenomenon that is true and real. It is legit. But it isn't for the meek. That's why you'll see the type of people who twin are really resilient, because you have to be resilient to be a twin. You have to be a very resilient being to be a twin. Okay, so you'll hear a lot of people talking about their twin flames, and they'll be all out of sync. They'll say things that are all out of sync of twins, and it isn't, because twins know other twins. It's just like contactees feel the vibration of other contactees. Okay, so just know that a twin based on being a twin, and twins are finding each other. That's all. Hey, Morpheus. I don't want to go more into twins. So that's about it. So it's on and popping. Tomorrow it's going to start. We're going into 2020 season. All the craziness is happening. The government's probably going to pommel over. What they said? Did they say Trump? In my timeline, Trump wasn't impeached. Is he impeached in your timeline? Because he wasn't impeached in mine. Can y'all tell me if Trump was impeached in your timeline? Because he isn't in mine. He's dropping it like it's hot in Key Largo. Is he in trouble in yours? I'm serious when I say that. My Trump isn't he's not my Trump. He's your president. And every timeline, he's your president. Oh, he was? Oh, he wasn't in mine. He's dropping it like it's hot in Key Largo. Was he? Oh, see, we got different timelines on here. See, he was not. Oh, see, he's still in office. Let me just state this: when it truly happens, y'all better get your flashlights on, because it's gonna be martial law in this piece. Because you got all these, they're gonna pop off if they take him down. Because you got all these preppers. Remember, the preppers support. Now, I come from the prepper community. The preppers support Trump. You know that, right? Most of the prepper community is in support of Trump. If they impeach him, what the preppers do. The preppers got arms for 20,000 years. They've been collecting arms, and they ready to pop it off. If he really gets impeached, y'all know it, because your world will not look like it does today. If you're still drinking hot cocoa right now in your warm house with the garbage man coming tomorrow or the day after, that means he wasn't impeached. If that man gets impeached, y'all should you better stay in your house, because that's when everything's gonna pop off. That might be the triggering of the Satanist. Satanist might trigger something to happen because that's gonna cause something. And you already know that they're planning to do, they're already testing with EMPs all over the place. Somebody brought that up. Demetria brought that up. EMPs, they're already testing. So you have certain towns where the electricity is going out. So you already know China and North Korea are doing like test EMPs, they're testing the grid. So you already know, y'all have been with me for a long time. So you already know what you should have done and you're ready. So you should celebrate. Like I said, get your Purge on, get some spades. I hope you got shoots and ladders. I don't know what kind of games you play. You play chess. You're going to be playing chess for like 40 days and 40 nights. Get your board game on. Make sure you know how to filter your water. Make sure you fill up you know what to do. It's a celebratory time because you won't have to pay your mortgage anymore. You won't have to go to your crappy matrix job with all kinds of reptilians and mass destruction and clones. You won't have to see those freeze anymore. So if that happens, you should celebrate. That is their issue. When that goes down, that's only going to affect those who that's worked for. So I'm just saying, there'll be no student loans. There'll be zero. So, when people get upset, like, oh my God, the grid is going to go down. Oh my God. Why are you upset? That means you're free. Master, we don't have to pay no more loans anymore. We could get off the plantation. You gonna own your plantation. You're fine. That's what I'm saying. Be just rational. Some people have very rational fear. They're motivated by fear just in their regular lives. There isn't any necessity. Get your board games. Like I said, just make sure you have treats and goodies for the little ones, because the little ones are addicted to, all kinds of social media. You might have more issues with your little ones having meltdowns because they don't have their PCs and their their PlayStations or whatever they play. They're going to have meltdowns because of that. You shouldn't even be upset about the government. Y'all going to have meltdowns in your house with your children not having all kinds of electronics. That's when you're going to have problems. The tyranny, what do you call it? The weapons of mass destruction will be in your households. You ever see a child break down from his PC? Oh, mommy. Oh my God. I can't play Fortnite. Yo, you're gonna have tyranny in your house. So you guys need to, what some of your mommy and daddy preppers need to do, and as well as you need to get up on getting your little ones ready for playing Jenga. You need to, that's one of your prepping preparations. You need to get them up on getting off social media. All right. That's what a tablet withdrawals. You see the little ones melting down. You gonna want some government after that. You may try to give them to the government. Be like, take these children, take these pitney. My Lord, take the pitney. They done drive me crazy. Oh, they pitney they done make me mash up my brain. My Lord, my pitney done lost me my fiesty. Pick up to all my island brethren in the house. Oh, it's so funny. That's what I'm saying. I'm excited. Hey, Bubba. What's up? You want something? You can have a piece. You want, you don't? Too much? Drink a little water. You can have a piece of, not if you're not feeling well, though. See, they already went goodies. That's what because when people come to me, they're like, oh, Flurburn, what do I do if the grid goes down? I was like, celebrate, have lots of sex, play a lot of games in the house, go walk and talk to your neighbors that you probably don't talk to because you're all busy running back and forth to, what I'm saying? So what are you worried about? That's not your world anyway. You don't even like it. That's what you want. The only thing you want to make sure is that you're at least comfortable. You know what I mean? Put a like on a video if you're okay with the grid going down. Please put a like on a video. Let's see. We got 510 people in here. Please put a like on a video if you're okay with playing Parcheesi every day, staying away from playing bills, enjoying free luxury of being bill free and mortgage free for a while, please put a like on the video. Let's see how many likes we get on the videos. If you want to be free and clear of being obligated to things that are outside of yourself. See, look at the beautiful likes. I love this. Keep putting likes on the video. This is what we want. And that's why I say stay, when people call me and are irrational about that, I was like, what are you scared of? Being free? It's like a slave being free from this plantation, never been free before because you're so used to being up in the matrix, being around people that aren't your frequency and don't like you, that you would prefer to go and hang out with people that are not. I prefer to stay home with my babies, hanging out with my twin flame. Big up to my twin flame. Are you still mad at me? Big up to my twin flame. Twin flame. I'm going to sing a song for you. I'm so antagonistic. This is why my twin flame gets mad at me. This is why my twin flame gets mad at me. Do you understand? Because I have little worries in the world. There are worse things in the world than twinning. Bust out with the patois, right? I know my Jamaican culture. Word. Yeah, I'm just saying, enjoy your life. Like I said, when tomorrow, I just get you ready energy wise. I'm just getting you prepared energy wise for when things pop off energetically. That's it. Because things change you physiologically, and it pampers your mind if you're not ready physically. So I would say keep well hydrated. Keep, keep your children sane. And how do people talk to me on Twitter? I don't even talk on Twitter. People talk to me on Twitter. I just twit every once in a while. I don't really tweet that much. I tweet once in a while. Australia is hot. I don't know how some of y'all. Let me get some warning to y'all Nordics in Australia. Get out. For all you Nordic, beautiful, light, fair skin, light-eyed, fair skin, beautiful blonde-headed, beautiful curly hair blondes and blue eyes, get out of Australia. It's gonna burn you up. I'm being honest. It's not a fear thing. We even know from the elders. I know some of the elders. It's gonna be hot in Australia. It's getting dangerously hot. It's not good for your babies. For you very fair-skinned Nordics living in Australia, that is the land of the Pelagians. That's going back to, remember, we're going back into the Triple Sun series. Y'all gonna have problems. You need to leave. It's on fire. What? Are you serious? Is it on fire? Did someone say it's on fire? Are you serious? Did you just say that? Let me just see what you said. It's on fire? It is? Oh, wow. I was just saying what I knew. Okay, so this lets you know it's legit. Okay. I didn't know that. I'm sorry. Yeah, I want our, that's how you know I'm an equal opportunist for everybody. I don't want you guys staying here. It's not healthy for you. It's for your very fair-skinned people. That's not where you're supposed to be. Get out of there. I'm being honest. You're gonna be very uncomfortable. It's gonna get hotter. The only people who are gonna be able to live there are the Aboriginal. It's burning up. It's disinfecting. They have a beautiful vortex over there, and their people are coming back. I wouldn't be over there. The Aboriginal are gonna be healed because they have all kinds of addictions. The Aboriginal have suffered generationally due to inception. So they have their people, their celestials coming back there, and it's going to heat up. They're the only ones who will be able to survive there. That's why I say to you, I have a hard time being up in the mountains. Now, y'all need to switch with me because I have a wider nose, because I get oxygen more. This is why I say our features are very purposeful. People don't like talking about this. Our genetics mean so much. It is very normal for someone like me who has a pudgy nose, a wider nose. I get more oxygen that way. My skin is darker because I can mute out the radiation. Okay, if you notice, the Aboriginal, very, very dark, very, very dark, beautiful carbon beings. Okay, hair doesn't have to be coily. They have straighter hair. Okay, they live there. They're from there. Those who are not from there, indigenously, you need to leave. I'm being honest because it's going to get worse. And I got that from the galactic era. So I just say for my beautiful Nordics, if you can, get the heck out of Dodge. I know you say, oh, Florida, we can't do that. then you're going to have to build underground areas where you can stay cooler. I'm being honest. It's going to get worse. And from what I know, in 2025, you're not going to even be living, nothing can live there except the Aboriginal and some of the native animals there that some of the animals aren't even from there. They were created and brought there. So it's going to be a different world in about 5 years. And I say it because I care about the babies. You know, I care about all I care about all the moms and dads, but you got the babies over there. I don't like the babies over there being exposed to that kind of radiation. They're so fair skinned. You're going to mess with their endocrine system and also their liver. So be very careful with that. You know, be mindful, just love yourself enough to know that certain regions are not for you. Where I am right now, Nordics do well. I'm in the beautiful mountains. It is gorgeous up here, but I am not physically made to be up in mountains. You see, I am panting. I can't breathe well. My Nordic friends, they're all comfortable. Everybody's fine. I'm the only one. So this is beautiful but I respect that. You see what I'm saying? I'm visiting. I'm visiting. And there's nothing wrong with that. You know, we must know ourselves. You're in the heat doesn't bother you, Maria, you may not have a problem. Now, mind you, I'm talking about very fair skin. There are brown skin lunars. You know that, right? There are lunars who have more melanin. Especially if you're a lunar who has melanin on your organs, you're fine. I'm talking about, but it's gonna get hot. Okay? You're in Brazil, you're fine. I'm just saying it's gonna get hot. Be careful. If you're fair skin, if you're not that fair, it's not gonna bother you. But when you don't have protection on your skin like that, there's not enough sunscreen. It's gonna get toxic there. Okay. I'm not going to Australia because I don't have that much melanin. I don't have that much quantified melanin. I do well, but I don't have that much quantified melanin. I wouldn't want to be there. It's hot. It's already hot. And that's all also lets you know who's from what regions, because people someone had I remember this, my professor, I think this was an argument years ago. This is what we have to get rational. Everyone belongs where they belong geographically. That's good for them, endocrine wise, body wise. It's beautiful, and we can all visit each other places. I love it. Like I said, I'm in a cold region right now, no mountains. It's not my normal repertoire. I'm not physically set up, but I love visiting. It's beautiful. Okay. But, you know, hot regions also, you can visit. It may not be your cup of tea because maybe it's hard to breathe for you. But we must know each other's, um, perks and pluses and minuses. And it doesn't mean you judge someone based on everyone has a perk and everybody has, you know, things that are, you know, their kryptonite. It's what it is. Okay. So go regionally right now. This isn't the time to stay places where you are not genetically matching, because geographically the earth was set up for certain type of beings. She's going back to that. So you need to go to regions where you are home, where you and your children will benefit and the earth will give back to you. Okay. You have to do that. That's why Elsa has to live out in the middle of the Nordic, because she's got ice hands. I love the story of Elsa, to be honest. I think the whole story of Frozen is very fascinating. But you know, she has ice hands. She has to live in the middle of the Nordic. And she has to live in the middle of the icy tundra to be happy. She can't live amongst humans. When she was living amongst humans, she was like a monster. She has to live in the middle of the Nordic, you know, middle of the tundra to be happy. And, you know, also where we need to live is also, you know, where you need to live, because if you have to cover yourself, you don't need to be there. Anywhere where someone's naturally from the habitat, they don't need to build houses, caves. Those are caves. Houses and buildings, those are caves. If you have to build houses and caves like that, it means you're not meant to be there. Wherever you regionally are meant to be, you don't have to build artificial things. You can live outwardly. Okay, that's why in colder regions, lunars have more hair on their body, facial hair, body hair, because they live in colder regions. Okay, people of color have less hair on their bodies, usually have coily hair that actually connects like coils to the sun. They live in warmer areas. Okay, they have wider noses because the air is more dense, thicker, so you need more space to go in your nose. And the Nordics have thinner noses, very tiny noses, because the air is very thin. They don't need as much oxygen. Okay, so it's a little different. There's nothing wrong with that. You know, you know, for someone who studied genetics, it's so easy, I guess, for me to see from that kind of side. I could see that way, but people get so offended when things that are genetic. You know, it's a beautiful genetic thing. Women with big bum bums. Big up to all my big bum bum, we call it bum bums, fests, big bum bums, all our big bum bum women on here. You know what that's for, right? You won't ever, you'll have the least, if we go through a drought, you will live longer than majority of women who don't have bum bums. You know why? Because your ancestors, your genetics make you almost like a camel. Your bum bum holds liquids and water. Bigger thighs and bigger bum bums means that if there was a drought, because you've come from warmer regions, your body was made and created to allow you to survive through droughts. You didn't require all that water. So you have a bigger bum like a camel. Why does a camel walk through the desert and can live for long periods of time without water? Because he has humps. That's all that is on brown women. It was funny with my colleagues, my old colleagues. We used to joke about that because people would make fun or would they want to get bum bums. All these women getting plastic surgery that is non-functional. That's not a functional geographical help to you. Those bigger thighs and bum are meant for you to survive. If you have artificial parts, that's going to kill you in times like that. Okay, that may kill you to have artificial breasts when you're living in a region where this bigger breasts. If you notice, women who are bustier tend to live in the jungle. Okay, and jungle women tend to have flatter bums. Okay, jungle women. That's why you'll see women in the jungle tend to have flatter bums. They don't have big bum bums because there's a lot of water. Okay, but they tend to be a little bustier. Okay, now women in warmer, drier regions have bigger thighs and bigger bums because it gets hotter and they don't need to require. They're not going to have. They don't need to drink as much. It's just part of their body's way of almost like being like a cactus. Okay, breasts are not too big. Okay, being busty is a benefit that makes you, first of all, women from certain tribal base, that's where you see mostly Mexicano women. I'm built like South American women. Okay, women from Central America, the Caribbean, and usually from South America tend to be a little bustier. Okay, especially if they come from the jungle. It's the way that we are set up physically. It's a genetic quality. Okay, women, especially the Irish women. I think Irish and what is it? Irish and is it the German women? Is it Irish women? I think it's Irish. I think Irish women are the busty ones of the Irish women, Italian women. Who else is busty? That's a certain kind of quality of jungle women. Okay, women who are more from the south, from more Africa, African-based Africanos from very dry regions. They're not as busty, but they have a big bum bum and big thighs. Okay. English, the English, or they're busty too. Okay, it's certain bloodlines that are very busty. Russians too. That's a certain quality. Okay, busty. Okay, okay, busty. Yeah, I think it's Irish, the Russians, jungle women from certain women have very big bustiness. You'll see that Irish, the English, and yeah, you see the Scottish women too, very busty. Spaniards, very busty. Those are qualities of certain women. Okay, flatter butt doesn't mean anything. It just means you don't come from dry regions. The bum bum has a purpose. We should do a whole show on genetics 101. If we knew and understood what our physicality meant to each other, we wouldn't judge each other so harshly. You wouldn't want to have a big bum bum if you were somebody who didn't, because you would know it's purposeful. You know what I mean? We judge each other so harshly, and we make such nasty, having wide nose, you know what I mean, or having a thinner, skinny nose or big nose. There are reasons why we have these things genetically. It isn't just to have it for fun. It's purposeful. Everything we have is to service us and to allow for us to survive in the environment that's for us. That's a necessity. If we need to understand that. We do. And we would respect each other more if we respected the things that we had in common and also the differences. It's beautiful. And that's why I've seen so many beautiful women of so many beautiful men and women from so many different cultures, so many different backgrounds. I've seen women who are, who almost I've seen women that are really curly headed, almost like, thick, coiled, blonde headed women from the Polynesian Islands with dark copper skin. You've seen them with blue eyes. You ever seen the Polynesian little babies, or dark eyes, or blonde, coily hair from the Polynesian islands? There's like little islands with little children of color, like copper colored babies. It's crazy because that's what I'm saying. It's we got to be careful because my hair gets light and red or blondish when it hits the sun. Others, more Asiatics, their hair doesn't get light from sun. That's how I know you're mixed with. So those mixed with what happened, baby? Oh, it's bothering you? Bring my black bag. I have something in there for you. Your head. Watch your hand. The door. Patusha sa. Give me my black bag and I'll give you something in there. Okay? There you go. Thank you, honey buddy. No, right here. Oh, right here. Right here. Hold on, guys. It's probably from all that stuff. What do you think it is?
Pumpkin pie.
You had it already. Oh, naughties. Naughty little ones. I have oil oregano. I don't know where I put it. Oh, I have my night glasses. Yeah, sorry, hold on. I'm giving my little one. Oh, here we go. Look, I travel with oil of oregano for the little ones. And I have my night glasses. I haven't even used these yet. Give me my lip gloss, please. Right here. Here, babe.
Okay.
Drink some.
Drink water.
Yeah, drink your water bottle in the bag by the door, because it could be that I put too much oxygen. I put too much oxygen in that other water. Okay? Can you close this door, honey buddy? Thank you. Sorry. I got little ones in the house. You got it, honey? Did you get your water bottle? Did you get your water bottle, babe?
I got it.
You got it? Okay. Just close this door for me, babe. Thank you. Drink that water only, okay? All right. Sorry about that. Gap in teeth. Now that's a genetic quality. That's hereditary. Okay, so there's real different reasons. People with full lips come from warm regions, okay? Bigger lip women come from warmer regions. That's swelling. That's another form of like keeping your lips moist. The thicker the lips, the more liquid, the more moisture you hold. Okay, it's almost like the bum bum. So thickerness allows for more water retention. Okay, that's just water retention. It's not necessary if you're in a place that has lots of water or it's colder. Colder region people generally don't have thicker lips. Okay, generally. All right. What else is another quality? Longer arms. Those are people that are positioned certain ways, like certain hunters had like what's another thing? Thicker skin people come from warmer regions too. That's where you get keloids. Keloids is a wonderful thing. Why most people don't realize is a lot of the physical things that certain people have, they create things to mimic it. So band-aids were created because they saw people who naturally would get cuts and would get keloids, which is a band-aid. It's a skin's natural way to create a band-aid. And it actually bulks up so that that area can never be chafed or bothered again. High cheekbones have to just do with those are just high cheekbones have to do with people that ate certain kind of food, buffalo, people who eat very gamey type of meat. If you have higher cheekbones, it's usually because you eat bigger kind of bulky animals. Okay. So it's your jawline is stronger. Like my ex has beautiful teeth. His teeth are all fine and strong and everything. I call those teeth Cro-Magnon. They have high cheekbones, but they're mixed with the Cherokee. Okay. They ate buffalo. They ate gamey type of meat. Deer. Deer is very gamey, chewy. Okay. Those jaw has to be able to chew on those big type of things. Okay. Bigger eyes could do with maybe seeing full view. Like it depends on how big your iris is. Those are things like Um, Asiatics who have very slanted eyes, their brain is fielded differently and they actually see patterns differently than others. Um, what's interesting, a lot of Asiatic people are able to see numbers and patterns. Remember, I told you the other day, the extra finger is like an Anunnaki quality. I always think it's Anunnaki. Remember the other day I said I was seeing it was like almost 3 days. I think it was 3 days. 3 days I was seeing the numbers on all the clocks with symbols. Asiatic people, which a lot of native indigenous here are mixed with the Asiatics, because remember the wave of Asiatics came here before that did their migration here as well. They see numbers and symbols differently. That's why they're mathematically different. Their brain is different in how it fields information. That's why, and that's not a judgment. That's not a what do you call it? Like a generalization. It's a fact. The way they field information is differently based on how their perception in their brains, the way that their synapses actually brings things together symbolically. That's why their letters are different than ours. That's why they use symbols as opposed to other things. So they see differently and they hear differently. So they use toning. Remember, Asiatics use toning to communicate different tones. They could say the same thing, but use a higher pitched tone and it means something totally different. Okay, and if you listen to some of the native indigenous here, you will see remnants of the Asiatic influence over their language and pattern of language disbursement. Okay, because they're mixed with the Asiatics that came here and migrated with the brown copper people that were already existing here. So you see the combination. Diseases like um, uh, um, diseases like I loved, somebody brought this up. Who was on the show? And he was the only person who I ever heard say this. Many of you probably heard it the other night. I forgot who it was. Who was it the other night? Anyway, Mongoloidism. Mongoloidism. Mongoloidism isn't a disease. It's the way that the extra chromosome binds to the DNA, like the extra chromosome. What you don't realize is that comes those why it's called mongoloidism is because it's connected to Asiatics. So if you're having sex, that's why I tell you who you mate with matters. If you're mating with people who have that gene pool, it won't affect them and theirs, but it will affect others who are not part of that original species. So remember we talked about, am I going all kinds of stuff? Are you guys okay with this conversation? Because I'm going sidebar. Do you guys want me to go sidebar? Because then I'm gonna go sidebar. Because I can go into explaining this a little bit more if you want, if I can stay on topic. I won't go too far and deep into it because genetics I know well. Put a 13 if you're okay with the conversation as going as is. Okay. So when we mate with people of different species, what you don't realize is that in their species, they have certain enzymes, certain bacterium, certain chromosomal dispositions that are good for them and theirs. When you start merging and mixing madness in you mating with beings that you normally would not mate with, you're going to take on some of their qualities and it won't be okay in you. Why do you think they create all these bioweapons? Bioweapons are simply taking your DNA or DNA from specific species of beings here that we're coexisting with and putting them and changing the way that that the cells distribute themselves in others. AIDS was created in a laboratory and it was created to affect those with a heightened amount of melanin. The issue is they didn't realize that there were a lot of lunars who had just as much melanin inside of their bodies. So if you take a lunar who looked like a lunar, she may even have blue eyes and blonde hair. Her grandmother could have been a Cherokee, which is mixed with brown people. Her grandmother could have been an Asiatic who is mixed, who has melanin on her insides. So now when she's having sex with a lunar man and she is and HIV or AIDS is disseminated just thinking it was going to attack brown people, it would affect all lunars who had those genetics within them. That's why AIDS affected a lot of lunars as well. Okay. So it was meant to be disseminated. Now, there are certain extraterrestrial people here There are other beings here who will be in contact with people with diseases. Oh, thank you, Elijah. I appreciate it. Thank you, my love. Thank you. There are people here who naturally walk around with things like herpes, gonorrhea in their system. Literally, that bacteria or that type of virus sits in their system well. It isn't a virus for them. It is part of what's in their body. These are types of things that are types of funguses or viruses that are naturally fielded in their bodies. The problem is that you're going to have sex with somebody who that virus doesn't bother. That species just had, you're not supposed to have sex with that species. So when you have sex with that species, now you're susceptible to catching these quote unquote viruses, diseases, sexually transmitted diseases, which are basically just it's just like someone having sex with a dog. Okay. What happens when a human being has sex with a dog? They catch these weird kind of viruses, right? People who are necrophiliacs, they catch these weird bacterium that show up as sometimes gonorrhea and syphilis. Okay. So because you are sleeping with other species, you're susceptible to getting their natural fleas that don't bother them. But when you sleep with them, you catch something. So you have people walking around who can't get anything because there are different species and they're just walking around with these things on them. Disease is a mass destruction to you, but on them, there's just natural enzymes and just natural bacterium that actually is cohesive to their system. Okay. So I'm just saying, so that medications can cause, and these things are not creating diseases and factories and clinicians are not creating these bio diseases. They are, but I'm just saying we're having sex with people who aren't our same species. Why do you think I promote to you all the time that you only need to be mating with those of your same species? Many of you don't even know the blood types that you're mating with. One thing that I have to give my props to my twin flame got a blood test before I would even talk to him. Ask my twin flame one day if he's ever talking to me again. My twin flame, I told him I won't mate with anyone who isn't an O. I said this straight out. People think I'm joking. I won't mate with you if you're not an O. What did he do? He went and tested himself. When he found out he was an O, we can mate. We mated. And when we mated, he was like, oh my God. He was like, this is so different. You know why it's different? Because he had been mating with women that weren't in his genetic species. He denoted that mating with me, my scent, my pheromones to him are magic. The way that I smelled naturally, whether I showered, whether I was clean or dirty, it was infectious to him because I'm of his species. So when we mated, it was like heaven for him because he was mating with his direct counterpart. Many of you are mating with others. That's why you get nauseous afterwards. That's why you get sick or you get yeast infections. You're mating with other species. Start mating with your own. And I promise you, I'm 1000%. When you mate with your own species, there won't be another you would ever touch that's outside of who you are. And it has to do with your genetics. Okay. That's why people have to get shots when they get pregnant. That's why people are having chaotic children. That's why children are being born with these weird anomalies. It's because we're having sex with people that we're not supposed to mate with. And yes, can someone find out the podcast I listened to? I want to give props to whoever I was listening to. Hey, Bobo. I want to give props to whoever I was listening to because I forgot who it was. And I don't like referencing this, but they were the only other people who know some of this information. I forgot who. Some of you listen to these. Who was it? Oh, you know what pisses me off? I'm gonna give you something. I know who it was. That's why I didn't remember. Okay, so this is where I have to give props to somebody I don't like personally. I don't like him, but he's really, really smart and he's a scholar and I think he's an agent, but he's right. It was Brother Polite. You know, many of you know I don't. He's not my cup of tea. Okay. He's not my cup of tea, but he's really, really smart. That's who I was listening to. You know, there's so many other people on this planet. There's so many blood types that the 4 blood types are not the only blood types. I told you before, the reason why they're not giving you blood types is because we have A to Z now. And they won't give you a blood types because some of you aren't even human and you don't even know it. You don't even know what your parents were. Okay. I'm being honest. Okay. So if you want to test out this theory, if you guys want to test me out and you say, Florburn is just prejudice, she's telling us we're not the same species, why don't you test me? I want you to find Let me give you homework, okay? Let me give you homework. If you're not mated, please don't do this if you have a husband or wife. Please, I do not want your husband or wives calling me saying, Florboon told my wife to have an affair and be with her species, and now she won't come home. Don't you dare. I don't want to hear another husband call me and saying I'm breaking up his home. If this you doing this, you should be single and mingle and ready to mate. Okay, please do not have your husbands calling me, telling me craziness that you left him for your twin flame. Please, I get weird things like that, and people really accuse me of doing it. This is your own personal choice. But if you are single, and if you are single and you're available to mate with others, I will give you a homework assignment. Okay. Baby. Chicken. Which one is that one? Chicken. She's turkey? Which one? Your chicken? Turkey. Turkey, can you turn down the temperature for me? Can you turn down the temperature? Thank you. Thank you, and Golden. I appreciate it. Thank you. Turn it down. Turn it down to like I'm hot. Turn it down. 60? Yeah, that's no 67. Okay. Thank you, honey. Close this door, baby cakes. Okay. Thank you, honey bunny. Okay, so this is your homework appointment. Now, this is only for those who know their blood type. Listen to me. Brazil. Boa noite. Boa noite. Took me Vito. Hey, Vito. Boa noite. Okay, so this is your homework appointment. This is only if you know your blood type, because you can only do this assignment if you have the requirements, if you have the proper tools. You must know your blood type, okay? If you have your blood type, I want you to know your blood type. I want you to only, now this is on this two-part. I want you to only hang out with someone of the same blood type that you normally don't hang out with, or maybe you meet them and you know, I want you to hang out with them. And I want you to ask them to hang out with you outdoors or sit down with you and so on. And I want you to do that. Then I want you to ask another friend who you know is the opposing, a negative. So, okay, so let me say this. If you're single and you're A negative, okay, Teresa, I'm going to use you as an example. Teresa is single and she's A negative. Okay, Teresa, I want you to go hang out with one of your homies that's also a negative ruse. Preferably A, it doesn't matter what it is, a negative ruse. I want you to hang out with any of the negatives, O negative, but know their blood type. And find out, say, listen, I want to hang out with y'all. Hang out with them just for a day or for an hour or so on. I'm going to give you an experiment. Hang out with them. See how you feel, talk to them and so on, da-da-da. Then, Teresa, next week, I want you to hang out with somebody who's a positive ruse. One of your other girlfriends, find out who's a positive ruse. Hang out with them for a day. I want you to document how you felt with the first girlfriend that was your negative ruse. She's your species. And I want you to denote how you felt from before you left the house to go meet her to when you sat down with her, how you felt when you smelled her. And this is not sexual. It's just totally just how you feel. I want you to document how you felt with her, how you felt the conversation went. Did you walk away feeling good with the conversation? Did you walk away feeling like you were fed off of, or that you were a little adverse to it? I want you to document that. Okay. So A negative, same A negative. I'm going to ask you to do something else. I want you to find a partner. If you're okay to have sex of mass love, I want you to find a partner. That's, if you're okay with this experiment for adults, this is for adults. You can, as long as you're single and you can do this, I want you to find someone who's A negative, if you can, preferably A negative. I want you to do it with an A negative. And just a social experiment. You don't have to enter Yoni and the wand do not have to meet inside. Okay. This is important. If you want to, and it's healthy and you feel like it's wonderful, then by all means, this brings more credence to my experiment. But I want you to meet with a male, if you mate with males, who's your exact same A negative. I want you to sit down with him and I want you to tell him something, because you're pretty young, you're nice looking, so you can do this. Males love to appease to us. Say to him, listen, I'm doing a little social genetic experiment. I want you not to shower. Listen to me. This is a big homework assignment. Takes a lot. Okay. Tell him not to shower. Say, don't shower. When you get up in the morning, I just want you to come meet me. We'll sit outside and chill out. You can, if you like him and he's cute, you can do it inside. Just be careful because I don't want you to, because once you get with your own species, there's something to this. I want you to be around him without any cologne. Tell him not to wear cologne. Tell him not to take a shower. Sit with him and just talk to him about whatever. Okay. I want you to write down how you feel. Okay. You're A negative. I guarantee you're going to feel like you want to mate with him. I guarantee it. But just do that. Just don't do it unless you're open for that kind of interaction. Then I want you to go another week, not the same week. I want you to go another week and I want you to hang out with a positive or O positive or positive roots, a male who's a friend. Ask him not to shower, no cologne. I want you to sit with him and tell me how you feel. This is a social experiment. I want you to get used to denoting and being able to recognize who is for you and who isn't for you genetically. With the girlfriends and friends, you will find out that the people that you're most in sync with and you have the most in common with and you have the most affection for or want to be around are in your same species. Negative roosters love to hang with other negative roosters. Positive roosters love to hang with other positive roosters. A lot of times they don't even know. I want you to mate with your own because I want you to tell the difference, how it is to mate with someone of your direct species and blood type as opposed to somebody who's the opposite. And I guarantee you 1000%, once you can tell the difference between the two, you won't ever mate with a male or female who's out of your species. The feeling, the infectiousness, the pheromone harmony will be so out of this world that you won't want to mate with another. Many of you don't have that or never had that because you're mating with, I can promise you, look, 444. We had 444 likes at one point when I said that. Mate with your own. And this is a social experiment. You don't have to have sex. I say be single because I don't want to offend anyone and I don't want you offending a boyfriend or girlfriend. I'm not about that. If you're with somebody mated, don't do this. Okay. That's not fair to them. And I think, be respectful in the perimeters that you are already engaged in. Okay. But just try to, Maui has slim pickings. Surfer without girlfriend, homeless. Oh, you're in Maui. I was in Maui. Where are you? Are you in Lahaina? Or are you in Lahaina or are you outside? Are you in remember that's like my favorite place to be, in Maui. See if you can. I know it's slim, it's hard, but if you can, do this with friends then. If you can't do it with a male, try to do it with friends, okay? Males will do it for you. Males are usually, especially males, males love to impress us females. They like to do that. That's what they do well. Do this if you can. Oh, okay. Haiku. There's a lot of condos over there, isn't there? Go over in Lahaina. There's some cuties over in Lahaina, over by the golf course. Go over there. Go on the other side of the island. See if you can. You're nice looking. Teresa's nice looking. Go over there and just sit down and talk to a couple people and see who knows their blood type. I mean, this is a social experiment. I want you to be safe. Just tell them what you're doing. Don't tell them why you're doing it. Just say what their blood type, and don't creep them out because they'll be like, why do you want to know my blood type? Because sometimes they won't tell you. Tell them what your blood type is so they don't feel like you're doing it just to find out theirs because they may think you're trying to swap their organs. But just do that if you get a chance, okay? Just try to, I want you guys to get in alignment with mating with your own. And we will have better quality children. Your father's from Lahaina? Yeah, I love Lahaina. You'll have better quality children and you'll have healthier sex and you'll be healthier and happier with your own species. A lot of times when you're mating with these species that are anti to you or they're feeding off of you, you get sick, you don't know it, you get fed off of, you get muted. Sometimes they mute you. So just know that you should be mating with only those who are in your same species. Okay. I think it's fun. It's not gonna hurt you. And this will teach you how to recognize your own. Okay. So this isn't a complexion thing. This is a species thing. I always tell people it isn't about, so many of you know all of my homies from where I am in Florida. You know Thomas. You know why me and Thomas get along so well? You know why, right? My Viking. Why do you think me and Thomas get along? Because Thomas is O positive. Why do you think me and Stefan get along? That's my other homie in Starbucks. Remember you saw Stefan? You know, he's a lunar. Why do we get along? Because he's a O positive. Do you know why they adore me? They adore me. Now let me tell you this. Thomas met me. He recognized me from the jump. Do you know why me and John X get along? You know John X Army online? You know why me and John X Army get along? I'm telling you, it's not about complexion. You know why John X Army and I get along? Because he's an O positive. O positives adore O positives. They don't know, well, he knows, but they don't know why they have this adoration for you because they're males. So those males, even though they're lunars, they are mostly attracted to me friendship wise and otherwise because I match them species wise. You know why the wealthiest don't have as many chaotic births? Because they mate with their own. The only people who are mating chaotically are people who don't know themselves. Get your blood types, okay? Get your blood types. Just mate with your blood types and be friends with those in your same species. I'm friends with everybody because I'm a liaison of many different groups and species, but I'm very unique. But I get along well with my own species. It's effortless. All right, family. I know. I'm feeling lightheaded again. So I know I wish I could stand with you longer. I'm gonna take my hat off. Oof, my hair is hot. Ugh. And my hair gets straighter in the mountains. This is crazy, right? My hair actually straightens out in the mountains. It gets curlier in the if you're married, Kay, then do it with friends, Kay. Don't get in trouble, Kay. Yeah, what was I saying? This mountain life, listen, Nordics, listen to all my fair skin, light, very slender nose Nordics. This is your world. I respect you. Y'all live up here so beautifully. Whew. I'm just trying to elevate. Yeah, you feeling it? You get elevated. I feel sick right now. If you're mixed, it doesn't matter. Or if you're mixed with different species, you'll know. But your blood type will have one. It'll be the domineering one. Okay. Usually, mother's womb determines the extra mitochondria determines the lineage of the child. Okay. Thank you, everyone. Yeah, I just want to go to bed. When I'm like this, I don't like feeling nauseous and sick. I will. You don't know. I had a blood researcher say she thought I was Rh negative. She studied my channel. I never heard of it before, but it ticked all boxes. Well, guess what? If you don't know your blood type, how about this? If you don't want to go through blood, go hang out with people of you who know their blood type and see who you like more. That also will determine who your blood type. If you want to kind of go off the rip, then oh, thank you, ginger tea. I'm gonna have some. It's my head though too. Oh, it's really my head. The goddess gene. Yeah, it's ginger tea. I'm gonna have some ginger tea. Twin flames have the same blood. Well, I don't know. I don't know. My twin and myself have the same. My twin and myself have the same blood type. I would only mate with him, and it could remember the blood type. Remember, there's another thing. It's who you would mate with. I'm gonna do cold water. Yeah. Um, I I would only mate with my own. So my twin would have to come that way because that's the only way they would be able to come to me because I have a specific way that I mate. It may not be the same for everyone. I'm in that alignment. So it would make sense that my twin would come in alignment that I would only mate with them. Yes. All right, family. I hope I was helpful. I'm sorry. I was hot. I had a hot moment, but I'm just Flurbur's gonna go lie down. I'm not gonna hang out and have play spades because I want to lie down and get some rest. Okay. Do your mating. Enjoy tomorrow. Tomorrow's a really big alignment. Just Keep yourself grounded, hydrated. I'll probably come back to you guys. Thank you, my loves. I'll probably come back to you on Friday. No, Saturday. I fly in late Friday. So thank you, Melanated High Priestess. Thank you all. And yeah, so I want you guys to enjoy yourself. Have a wonderful evening. I know I came on your holiday. Don't get mad at your Matrix family for not being awake. You're awake, and that's all that matters. Okay. So I'm going to go, family. All right. Have a wonderful evening. Thank you, Netero. Thank you, Star Rose. Thank you, Kay. Yeah, I don't want to eat anything. Everything's making me nauseous. I love the mom. I was fine earlier. I just don't want to eat anything. Everything gets me sick. Maybe I'll have a little soup. Anyway, I love you. Have a wonderful evening and peace. Be well. Bye. I don't even know if I can end this.